Hi guys, I'm Devin, one of the level designers on the Afflicted, an upcoming indie third-person shooter action title. Today I'm going to show you the second of two multiplayer levels from the Afflicted. The first was single point, and this one is called Capital. So for those who didn't watch the single point video, I'm going to go over the overview of the Afflicted and our level design process. So if you watched that first video of single point, you've already heard this before, so you can skip forward. So basically what the Afflicted is, the Afflicted is a third-person shooter that focuses on team collaborative efforts to collect resources in the environment to unlock weapons and upgrades in order to more effectively control and defend these control points, which earn them points, which then we use to determine who the winner is. So the winner of the game is the team with the most points taken from control points throughout the level. There are a total of 3 teams: the Psychos, the Pigs, and the Savages. Each team has their own unique character silhouette, so it sets them apart, but each team has to serve the same function of collecting resources, building barricades, capturing control points, and upgrading weapons. So they're not too different on how they function, just aesthetically how they look sets them apart. So to go more into the level design, each level of the Afflicted, Capital and Single Point, have 3 phases. Each phase has their own control point. So this phase right here is the first phase where you start out. And then after time has passed, these gates will open and allow players to go into the second phase, which is this area. And when a new phase opens, the new phase control point will activate, and the previous control point will deactivate. So once phase 2 opens, the phase 1 control point will deactivate, and this phase control point will activate, meaning players will have to come into this new area and explore to discover this new control point, and they have the ability to explore the new area, find more resources, and bring them back to the base for more weapon upgrades. So right here is the second phase. And then the third phase is this stretch of street and the Capitol building. So for those who haven't jumped to the conclusion, this level is called Capital because the surrounding area takes place outside of the Capitol building in one of the cities of Helios, which is the planet that the players inhabit. More information on the backstory can be found in my portfolio, so I won't go too deep into it. But once the third phase opens, these gates will open, allowing players to enter the street and enter the courtyard of the Capitol building to find the control point here. So once the third phase opens, the third phase control point here will activate, and the second phase control point over here will deactivate, allowing players to funnel into this new area. So enough talking, so let's play some of this level. So the first thing I'm going to do is add some bots. So let's go capture a control point. When you first spawn as a team, you start out with the tier 1 pistol and a jackhammer. And a jackhammer is used to build fortifications in the level, such as these, but they cost 100 resources to do so. So I'm just going to spend some resources to do that. So now I basically fortified this smaller section to allow this path to the control point to be much safer. So in order to control a control point, you have to be within its radius for a certain amount of time before it's controlled. So now I have the control point controlled, and I'm getting points at the top screen on the right. So now let's go collect some more resources, and let's unlock some weapons. First let's kill this guy. The max capacity of your resources that you can hold is 300. So once you have 300, you have to go back to your base to deposit. So I'm gonna upgrade my pistol. So now I have a better pistol. And once you unlock a weapon or unlock a weapon upgrade, everyone on your team has access to that new weapon. So you gotta really work on it as a team to decide what type of weapons you want to unlock and just focus on that so you can get to that third tier as fast as possible. So now I have a maxed pistol. So each weapon has 3 tiers, and the third tier is always the largest. I mean, the third tier is always the strongest in terms of its damage and how it functions. So my 3rd tier pistol does a lot of damage and has good accuracy, but a very slow fire rate, but it still makes it a pretty good weapon. So it usually takes 1 or 2 headshots to kill an opponent with this pistol. Got him. So I'm just going to go back and defend the control point to make sure no one else captures it. I'll show you how these barricades can get destroyed after taking a certain amount of damage. It does take quite an amount of hits to destroy these barricades, but they can be destroyed. And there we go. It gets destroyed. And once a barricade is destroyed, you can rebuild one, but it costs 100 resources. So I'm going to build a couple more barricades to more solidify our defenses here. Okay, so our phase 2 is opened, meaning our control point has just deactivated, so we got a max of 275 points. So let's go into the new area to get more resources, and let's control this new control point in this gazebo. So you just gotta stay within the radius for a certain amount of time, and it'll tell you when you have controlled it. So I'm going to take these resources back to my base. And let's unlock a new weapon. Let's get a shotgun. I need a few more resources though. While I'm playing, I'll take this moment to acknowledge the other people who have worked as level designers on both this level and Single Point. First and foremost, Tristan Moore. He was the creative director. He's the one that started this project. He also had a huge part of the level design and the game design of the Afflicted. A link to his portfolio is given for both on the Single Point video and this video. A link to his portfolio will be provided. And another big thanks to Esteban Lopez. He's one of the other level designers on this project. His portfolio is linked in the Single Point video as well as this video as well. So check those guys out. They do amazing work. So let me go back to the second phase. Something I guess I haven't mentioned yet is the parkour mechanic, where you can vault over objects to get to areas quicker. And you can tell which objects are parkourable by the things displayed on the bottom telling you to tap space to vault. So we got on there, we got on there. And there's a lot of different areas you can explore to find resources. And it's a lot of fun to see what kind of height advantages you can find, what different resource caches you can find. And it really brings the level together in terms of exploration and fluid movement throughout the environment. Another fun thing you can do is you can use the jackhammer as a melee weapon. So let me jackhammer this guy. That's always fun to do. Let me build more fortifications. Alright, now our phase 3 is open. So let's go explore that new area. This is the third and final phase. And it's the Capital Courtyard. It has fancy reflections going on. So let's get that control point. Unfortunately, you cannot go into the Capitol building. It's just there for aesthetics. That was a level design choice we had made. Because with the inclusion of the Capitol building, the level became too large, so we decided to just stop it at the courtyard, just so it makes everything more feasible in terms of the distance you have to travel from the third phase back to your base. So and we wanted to make sure the phases were all interesting, so the trip back from the third phase in any of the levels was interesting, and there's multiple paths you can take to get there. So now I'm back. So let me kill a few more enemies, and we'll call it a day, because we have fully explored this level. Let's see if we can find anybody. There's somebody. Let's see if we can get him from a long distance. Looks like he spotted me. Got him. Alright, so thanks for checking out this playthrough of Capital from the Afflicted. Just a few closing notes. The team will be at GDC 2013 this year, which is less than a week away, and we're going to be at GDC Play, where we'll have a kiosk where you come and check out our game, play it, tell us your thoughts, critiques, anything you want to provide. Tell us how fun it is, tell us how much it sucks, tell us whatever you think is necessary to make the game better. Just a quick thanks to all the team members on the Afflicted for working on this game so far. If you check out my portfolio, linked in the description below, I will have a downloadable, playable version of the game where you can download the game and play both of these levels to check them out for yourself, as well as you guys can play it at GDC if you're going to be there. So I'd like to say thanks again. Thanks again for checking out these videos. I will be doing more tutorials and more playthroughs of the levels as I go through them. So have a good one. Thanks for checking it out.